You run 2109.
Mm-hmm.
Do you do that for all your mages, or?
Yeah, usually.
Hmm. I'm not a big fan of that. And I've seen other people do it. I think it's probably preference, but
Mm-hmm.
I would say when you're running champions that kind of get up into the fray, like Ahri, LeBlanc, or kind of close-up assassin-based champs,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's better to put that extra 9 points into defense because that
Okay.
allows you to survive those trades a little more. Since you are getting in their face, you are trading more with them, spells, autos, etc.
Mm-hmm.
um, you'll be able to survive a little easier. Whereas you really want to go the 2109, or from what I've seen, anyways, with farming champs like Xerath, Ziggs, and Nivea. You sit back and you kind of do your
You
own
just
thing
poke
from a
from afar.
distance. Yeah,
Okay.
because that way you shouldn't be needing the defensive that much. Oh, Jesus. Mm, let's see. Mm, mm, sure. Okay, so let's see. Back up just a little bit. Okay, I don't know how to use that apparently. Okay, so waiting right here. You shouldn't use your Q to farm as much as you do. Like right here, nobody's you have no minions that were really focusing this one. At most, you maybe had one or two. Like
Mm-hmm.
I think you only had one. But with that much health, you can just do the auto. Farming with spells is okay at points, but usually if you can preserve the mana, you want to use that to for poke because you could have thrown this Q over here and hit him instead of throwing it over here
I
just to
wasted it
get
on the
just
minion.
to get a CS. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and you see him walking up right there. You know he's gonna attack this minion. Like he's got one goal and that's to attack it. So you walk up here to auto him. You get a free auto on him. If he tries to then trade back, then you're trading one for one, but you've had one ahead of him. So it's like he attacks minion, you attack him, so you have one on him, he has none on you. Then if
Mm-hmm.
he wants to stay and trade another auto with you, like, oh, let me get her back, he autos you, now you're even, then you auto him again.
Oh,
Because
that's
you've
two
already
for him.
done your
Okay.
auto. Yeah. So you want to keep the pressure, because,
It's kind of
and,
forcing him to decide between a minion or.
yeah. And if he attacks you, then you successfully denied him almost 20 gold. Yeah, and that's good. Since he used his E, you do have room to go aggressive. When you throw your Q,
Mm-hmm.
most like in lower elos, like I'd say, I'd actually say up until like platinum, if you throw your Q like that, you can run right at them and get more autos since it gives you that move speed. You
Mm-hmm.
want to use that move speed because you kind of ran away for no reason. Let's go back just a little bit. So you ran back here when the only thing he's doing is auto attacking a minion. So if you ran up here, you would have got both the Q things on him, which I think you do anyways. But you would have been able to get more autos on him.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much this whole lane phase is you trying to get autos on him for free, or you trying to trade damage on him for free. CSing while doing that is another thing. But if you think about how much time you have, so how often do creep waves pop out?
Are they every minute?
Every 30 seconds.
30 seconds?
Yeah. So every 30 seconds, minions come out. So that means every 30 seconds, a new wave hits your lane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you have 6 minions per wave,
Mm-hmm.
and it takes, what, maybe 1 second to throw an auto at a minion who's low health,
Mm-hmm.
that leaves you with 30 minus 6, 24 seconds of doing nothing or walking around or, dancing around. Those 24 seconds, you can spend zoning them or trying to trade, getting things in your favor. And also, since you're Ahri, you do have built-in sustain over Malzahar, so it's okay to take even trades.
Oh, yeah. A little bit of harass.
Yeah. So definitely play more aggressive. I don't know what he's doing here.
He went to type. I asked him after the game why he did that.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was good. Taking advantage of his mistakes. Ooh.
See, right there, I should have waited.
Let's see if there is anything else we could find here. So yeah, waiting definitely.
Charm had 3 seconds, and if I would have flash charmed and then queued and ignite, I think he would have died.
Did that return hit him? It looks like it did. 54.
Yeah, I hit him.
I'm surprised. Oh, he got the level up. Okay, that's why he didn't die. I was like, that should have killed him. Yeah, kind of unnecessary there. But yeah, you saw the mistake there, so I'm not going to point it out. Right here, you should be placing your ward somewhere. So you see Zach is right here. He's going up towards his red, right? So that means their jungler is probably about right here as well. I mean, obviously there might be a little discrepancy. Maybe he's like over here. Maybe he's a little over here. But for the most part, he's going to be on this side for the next minute or so, right? So you go ward top. If I don't know who their jungler in this actually is. Who is their jungler?
I think it was. Actually, I really don't. I don't remember, man. To be honest,
Yeah,
I know Malphite's.
So usually right here, like if I don't know, I'll just press tab and go figure out who their jungler is. Because on occasions you'll have junglers like a Moo, or they start blue and then you ward bot side. But top side's usually the safest to ward.
Where do you ward? Do you ward the river bush, like right next to lane, or do you ward kind of deeper?
What I usually do is where can I? When is that? All right. If you can see where my cursor is, you see. I don't know how good the quality is. Is it?
I can see it. Yeah, okay. I can see it perfect.
So the edge of this little thing right here, you want to place your ward right at the end there, because that way you see the river vision. You see it all the way to the wall. But you also see this ramp in case they try to, like if you place it in, if you put it in this bush and they just walk around here, then they come in through here, and you're fucked. So usually I'll place it right here, or if it's bot side, the same exact position opposite side.
Okay.
And that gives
how often are you looking at the map?
I don't look as often as I should. That is one thing I've been trying to work on. You should be able to stare at the map and only glance up to check minion health. Like, you should be able to auto-attack the enemy champion while looking at the minimap. You should know where your cursor is, and you should be able to click them and auto them while looking at it.
Okay, that's what I've been trying to do, because I was really bad at that when I first started. Was just, like, looking at the middle of the screen the whole time, and, like, never looked at my minimap.
Yeah, I've had a problem with that, too. I'm trying to get over that as well. You should probably just get W next. Just make sure you get all 3 of your skills. Do you have it? What's your mana? Okay, so you have a Q. So if you're trying to go B, you're gonna finish off this minion with an auto. That's fine. And then like walk right up to here. Try to get your Q landing on this minion and these guys. Because you want to try to push this wave ASAP. You want to try to get rid of this wave as soon as you can so you can go back. Generally, push the wave so that you can go back and have free time. Because if you just last hit these, like I feel like you might, then by the time you try to go back, your next wave has already gotten there. And I used to have that problem a lot. It was like, every time I tried to go B, a new wave would show up. And I'm like, well, shit, now I gotta stay for this one.
Exactly, that's what I... See, one just showed up.
Yeah, so it's like, oh shit, what am I gonna do?
That's exactly what I was thinking, I think.
Okay, that was a good cue, though.
Let me get out of here.
And then use another Q on the back line, and that would push it up completely. Okay. So what are you going back for here? Just because you're low mana and
Mm-hmm.
oh, you're doing Morello. I'd say that's pretty risky. I only would do Morello against ADs.
Mm-hmm.
People like Malzahar, you'll be taking magic damage, so just get the Athenes for the defense. They give you the
Okay.
same
The
amount of
reason why I
cooldown.
went that is because I've heard so many people are like, a thing isn't good anymore. You shouldn't. You shouldn't really.
No, it did get nerfed. It's not good in comparison to what it used to be,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still better than Morello in that sense. Like, you want
Especially in
defensive
a
stats.
AP matchup.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, Morello gives you more AP by like 20, I think it is.
Mm-hmm.
But you're also getting MR out of that. And if that saves you, then, if people like Malzahar, they're reliant on burst. If he can't kill you with his burst, then he's screwed.
Yeah.
And if he's trying to 100 to 0 you, like Malzahar usually tries to do,
Mm-hmm.
he's got to do about 900 damage from what your health's at right now.
Mm-hmm.
That extra, 20, 25 MR, that's going to shave off a lot of damage overall. Like in little trades, like if he just drops an E or Q on you, it's probably not going to be that much of a difference. But
Mm-hmm.
because he's trying to burst you, he's got to do like, I think it's 5% more damage with if you have Athenes. He has to do 5% more damage over 900 damage.
That's a lot.
Yeah, so that's like another 50 or 60 damage, I
That's what I was
think.
gonna say. Like another 60 damage.
It's not a whole ton, but it's something. I gotta watch those Malefic visions.
Yeah.
So, yeah, what are you doing here? Okay. That's not a bad warding spot. Yeah, especially because you got these two wards right here.
Mm-hmm.
That covers both exits. Like, if bot lane didn't ward Tribush,
Mm-hmm.
then you're risking them coming through river against the wall
Through
and
lane.
you don't see them. Otherwise, that's
So
a pretty solid ward. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad placement. Like, that's pretty decent. I just wouldn't think it's optimal.
I'm gonna start using the word that you were telling me to.
Good zone in here. Now, right there. Okay, yeah, he's got his jungler.
And I just hit 6.
You probably didn't need to do that. What you should have done was wait and see if you could dodge another cleaver. Because, I
Uh-huh.
mean, Mundo's got no gap closers. All he's going to do is run at you and press Q, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, be patient with it. Take your time. Try to dodge the next cleaver. If he hits you with it and he's chasing, then it's like, alright, fine, I'll ult to get away. Yeah, you
But
don't need to.
I didn't need to. I should have waited a little bit.
Yeah. Did he ignite you? He did. Holy
Yeah,
shit.
he did it.
Oh, your B got stopped. Oh, never mind. Did you stop it?
No, I got stopped.
Okay. Yeah, right there, it's just go B. You have no mana to do anything. Like, I know it's tempting because they're pushing your tower and they've got creeps and all that. And it's like, shit, I want to defend, I don't want to lose it. But
It's not worth the death. Giving them a kill, right?
yeah, I mean, it's not even necessarily that. It's more, I'm sitting here with no mana. What am I gonna do? If I walk up to auto attack a creep, I might get cleavered into Mal's ult, or it's just kind of wasting time. You're not getting the gold. You're just kind of barely siphoning experience.
Mm-hmm.
And you go bot after this? No. Probably shouldn't have gone bot to see if they needed help, or at least looked bot, see if they were okay.
From there.
Yeah. I mean, not necessarily you have to go there, but at least just move your camera down there and see if they're okay. Because if they're getting dove or something, that's pretty good cleanup, because your ult just came up. That's what you should be looking for at this point. Just roaming and picks.
Hmm. Yeah, I could have went down there. Okay,
That was a bad position. Wow.
Yeah.
Ooh. If you had ulted there to dodge his Q,
Uh-huh.
I guarantee you could have charmed him and bursted him down to where he's running. If he's not dead, he's at least running away from you again. Because after that, he just used his R and his Q misses. You would have been at like 400, 450 health. His E's not going to kill that, and his Ignite's down. So he really doesn't have anything to fight back with.
So I could have all in him there and probably killed him.
If not killed him, made him be really scared. Because right there, like, flashing on you,
Yeah.
oh, he would not have had that opportunity. Good job getting out, though.
I was so mad. I was like, holy crap, man. That damage.
Do you know the cooldown on flash?
Is it 1 minute? Or no, 5 minutes, I'm sorry.
Yeah, 5 minutes.
5 minutes, and then it's 4 minutes on heal.
I don't even know any others. I haven't actually timed those.
I think it's 4 on heal, and then it's
sometimes
3.
A lot of times it doesn't matter because junglers kind of don't care, but just give him the timer. So if he used it at, if you look at chat, Fuckmel's 8:37, he probably flashed on you about 5 seconds before.
Mm-hmm.
So you're looking 8:32, add 5, 13:32 flash, and then if you're sometimes junglers don't do anything with it, and it's like whatever. At least you know. But sometimes a jungler is like, okay, now I've got 2.5 minutes left to gank mid before his flash is up, or oh, I need to gank mid now, otherwise his flash is coming up.
Zach goes right in. Like I'm telling him I'm coming, and he goes in before I'm even close. Watch. And then Mundo comes. He gets so mad. Why? Well, that's awkward. Yeah, I couldn't stop laughing. I thought it was so funny. Good thing you're having.
Yeah, right here.
Oh,
I don't know if you do or not. Right now, I'd be conserving mana. Or actually, you got blue buff. Never mind. I was gonna say conserve mana because you could just all in Mel's if he stays. I was under the impression you were going to attack him. Well, sure, if my attack range is long enough. Oh, jeez.
That flash wouldn't change anything. I knew Mundo was coming through here.
Yeah, you should have just went up through that bushy area first.
I do. Watch.
No, when you first left mid lane. Walk up behind red buff. Because Zach's coming from base. And so, if, you kind of sandwich him in between. Otherwise, you're just kind of giving him a way out. I'd have just gone for the kill on Malphite. I mean, you got him, so no worries. Oh, shit, are you gonna kill this dude too?
Nope.
Oh no, Zach! Zach, no!
Dude, he goes so ham, man. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, shit. Yeah, you didn't need to follow that. Once they started diving, you should have been like, fuck that, I'm going fucking mid.
I was like, holy crap.
Yeah, I know sometimes you gotta feel an obligation, but when it's something like that, like, Malphite's low HP, one of two things is gonna happen. They either kill the dude and then they walk away, or he lives and then they walk away. So
exactly.
you have no business being there. What the fuck?
What?
He got Catalyst into Amplifying Tone.
Yeah, Malzahar?
What the?
Yeah, I was like, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, what in the world is he building?
Now, something optional you can do, this is something I do on Cat all the time in Cat versus Malzahar matchups. I haven't actually tested it on someone else, but if you're feeling like you want to try something out, if you want to really go aggressive on this guy, after you finish your Athenes or Morello, go right into QSS. Because, and you just like dive right in on him. and he's gonna ult you to try to stop you, and then you just QSS and keep going, because he's gonna think, oh, my ult will stop her. Like, you know, if she, you know, I'll win the trade easy. But then once you QSS it, he's like, oh, oh, damn, now I gotta find something else out, because now she's gonna be doing more damage than I thought. Yeah, good job pushing that out.
Yeah, I wanted to make sure I hit the tower.
Yeah,
I
you
knew we
probably
had a
won't get
little bit of
anything, but yeah. You didn't need to ult there. It was a little early. Just run through your spell rotation. Usually you want to use your ult to, like, at worst blast at someone, but catch someone who's escaping or get out yourself. And you don't have to be so quick on using all 3 of your ult charges. You know how it gives you a timer? Oh, jeez. If you're not in need of using them to dodge things or get away or catch anyone, take your time on using them. Because, like, if you burn all 3 and then they start throwing skill shots or something at you or dumping stuff on you, then you have no escape.
Okay.
So, patience is key. That
Yeah,
also
I need to slow down, I think.
Yeah, that goes into what I was saying earlier about the Mundo Cleavers. Let's see. You should probably push that next wave before you... Okay, there you go. You're going back. And whenever you're trying to queue, we probably went over this earlier, I think, but just try to hit the entire creep wave. Like, if you're going to have to queue for a creep anyways, just might as well try to get everyone with you. Because, like, your first queue you threw at that wave, you only hit 2 minions. You could have hit 5.
Complete waste.
Yeah. Keep trying to go B. With those waves. Yeah, you have a good time to go B now. Oh, that bot lane's looking tasty. What in the world?
I think he gets the tower here.
That's fine. Mid outer tower is worth nothing. It goes down every game.
There we go. I think I roam top here.
Yeah, you should be heading bot. Good.
But
Ignite. Good. Okay, I actually didn't notice this earlier, but you're maxing W second. Don't even worry about that. Max charm second.
Okay.
Because W does outscale in damage if you hit all the Fox charms, but you're only getting more damage by like 10 at most.
I was gonna say, and most of the time, really don't even hit all of them.
Yeah.
Usually it'll be like minions that I'll hit. I'll hit like a minion with one because they're running.
Yeah, and it's like even if you did only hit, even if you could hit all of them every time that 10 plus damage, your charm is also getting a more cooldown reduction. So you'll be able to charm more often.
Okay.
And charm, like, that's, you really don't even need to be ahead as Ahri. You could be like 0 and 8 and win the game just off of charms. It is your best utensil. Oh God, don't do it, Zach.
Yeah, dude, he's crazy, man. He wants to dive everything.
And then from here, just beeline mid. They got a wave creeping up. And just go clear that wave and get CS. Because I guarantee they're gonna send people to come defend this tower. It's never that easy to just get 2 towers. I hope. Wait, really? Okay, yeah, there we go.
Watch Zach. Yeah, kick gets freaking.
You should have charmed Thresh. That way you can put down as much CC. Since, here, we'll rewind it just a little bit. Okay, were you trying to charm him? And it
No,
looks...
I went Mundo.
Okay. Yeah, you don't need to charm Mundo. That's pointless. Since their ADC was behind Mundo, like, your main 2 targets with that fight, because they have ADC, Thresh, and Mundo. Mundo, he just, don't mark him. Unless a tank is directly on you trying to fight you, don't use charm on them. If you have the freedom to sit back and pick and choose your target, like, okay, that person. And that's the case you want to choose for him. But if you...
So, in this instance, I can't charm the ADC, so there's no point in even throwing a charm there.
Yeah.
Because behind Mundo, but I should have charmed Thresh because of how much CC he puts out. And we could have killed him before he dropped his box or whatever. Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. So,
okay.
ADC, your first priority, of course. You can't get him because he's behind Mundo, or even another scenario, you're farther away and your charm won't hit him. That's fine. So just toss it on Thresh, because if Thresh goes in with his Q and he gets charmed immediately and bursted down, he does nothing that fight.
Yeah, he's completely useless.
Yeah, Mundo's gonna live through your burst and make it through anyways. That was a good charm. Try to get people while they're running away. Always catch them off. Thank you. Good coming back on this. You stayed at just good enough distance where they can turn back on you, and you're still throwing out spells. It's good.
The rage.
You should see some of my games.
Report my team, thank you. I get that all the time.
And from here, you should... you could go B. I'd have gone mid. Oh, you've got such a huge wave. Oh, it's gonna die to tower.
And I have double buff, so I have plenty of mana.
Oh. I don't know about that. Usually when I go back with that much gold, just buy an NLR. If you have 1600, just get it. You can finish the other stuff later. Needlessly large rod. Just go ahead and buy that if you have like 16, 17, 1800, just get that.
And don't even get pen boots.
I mean, you can get those later. They're pretty cheap. They're 700. It's like...
I think the AP outscales the magic pen. The 20 pen, right?
Is it 20? I thought it was 15, but... Yeah, I mean, usually they don't have a lot of magic resist at this point anyways.
Yeah,
and you're just ramping up your damage. What's your full item build? I know you're not doing Void Staff next, right?
Yeah, I am. I went Void Staff next.
Oh, no. Never do Void Staff second. The earliest you should get Void Staff is third. Unless your first item is just a full AP item. Because normally with Ahri you do your mana item, whatever it might be, then you do...
What happens if I'm behind and that's the only thing I can get?
Is Void Staff?
Should I just wait for, like, Rabadons?
Kind of depend on your gold income, but for the most part, like, if your full build, or if your build is like Morella Void Staff, I would rather not do Void Staff. In fact, I wouldn't even try to do Rabadons. Like, let's see, what could you do if you're behind? Do Aether Wisp, and then build that into that new AP item that I can't think of the name of. That's gonna be a good item on Ahri. I can already tell. I don't know if you build that this game or not, but
I don't build it this game.
That item is pretty freaking good for assassins. And another way to think about it is Void Staff's for shredding through MR, right?
Yeah.
if you look at their carries, most likely their ADC is not gonna have any MR. And oh jeez, what's going on?
The
um,
the great chase,
oh gosh,
and then I die. It's just so stupid. I
what?
should have just left and not followed Zach.
Oh, the hook,
See,
the god hook.
fucking mad
Oh,
life. Uh,
but yeah,
yeah.
like ADC is probably not gonna have MR. Mid laner might have a little bit, but I mean at that point you're using charm, your utility. Like I don't know, I would never do void staff second.
Okay.
Because it's kind of got this idea of, I'm sure you can ignore magic resistance, but there's no damage to back it up.
Well, there's no magic resist on our team besides Mundo,
Yeah, and it's like,
and Malphite's just got or has the boots. That's it. I mean, there's no huge magic resist item, so I completely understand what you're saying, and it
yeah,
makes a lot of sense.
an analogy I would use is like, imagine a SWAT team going into a house,
Hmm.
but instead of the people that swarm the house, they just like bust down the door with the battering ram, and then they just like sit there. But
Hmm.
because they have no one to go in, they have they can get into the house. The barrier is not the problem, but now they don't have any reinforcement to back it up. God, I remember I was playing with a freaking Ahri that like first itemed Void Staff. That was something else. Like she went Sork Boots into Void Staff,
Hmm.
first item, so and she did nothing that game. Okay. Nice. Oh, oh no!
Yeah,
So over the
Thresh,
wall.
dude.
Oh,
Every
you got
time
ulted.
he
Okay.
gets me.
Yeah, another good combination with Malzahar is QSS plus Zonias, because
Hmm.
QSS will remove the CC from it, but you'll still take the damage. So if you do QSS into Zonias, then you block the CC and the damage. And of course, in that situation, it would have given you more time to ult away and whatnot. But, QSS, you
So I
don't really
probably
need to
should have
build it.
gotten a QSS.
You don't really need to. It's kind of preference. As long as you, if you don't have it though, you have to be a lot more wary of your positioning. You have to tell yourself like you can't dive into the back line while his ult is up. That just can't happen. So you have to just kind of sit back like Katarina, wait for him to use his ult. But if you get impatient, you could just get QSS and then freaking dive in there. Like I don't give a fuck. So right here, you see everyone clumping up mid.
Hmm.
Right here after this Q, you should have just like, you don't have W or up, so just like throw that Q and then head mid, and your wave's gonna push in anyways. Because people are clumped up. You know a fight's about to happen right there. Someone's dying right now.
Well, I saw Draven coming down, or was here, so that's why I was. I
Yeah,
didn't know if he was going to be in that bush.
like
So
if
I
he,
should have went mid here.
yeah, and even if he was in the bush, it didn't matter because you would be mid before him.
He's out of the fight.
Yeah.
Hmm.
See, now he went back and he made it back while you were CSing.
And got a triple.
That's ballsy. Can he do it? Oh jeez. That is so risky, man. I would not be doing this. You don't know if Malzahar is ult or not. Guess it worked out. Right there, I would have been asking my team. I'd have been like, does Malz have ult? Because if he does, then you just kind of ult in there and die. I feel like what you're probably focusing on when you're choosing your fights is how much damage you can do and how much mobility you have, etc.
Hmm.
when you
I
have to,
am,
yeah, you have to take
and
everyone into account.
I'm not thinking about everybody else.
Yeah, because I know that was a mistake I made for a long time. It's like, yeah, I can 100 to 0 this Malzahar, but I didn't think he could just ult me.
Yeah, he could
You,
100 to
a
0
lot of
me.
time, yeah, a lot of times you
I
want
wasn't
to.
even thinking that when I was going. I was just like, oh wow, two people are low. They're pushing.
And they weren't even that low either. They were still fighting already. This is good positioning. You can see Shen's winning the fight, so you don't need to reinforce him immediately.
Nope,
Ult
that's why
over
I
the
waited.
wall, and take him out. You should open up with Charm. Wow, did you kill him mid his ult?
Mm-hmm.
Holy shit.
Yeah, he was going to ult me. I think I would have dodged it anyways with my last one on
Yeah, it's possible.
my ult. And then I speed
Good
up
job
to run
using
from
your...
mouse.
Yeah,
And then I got a charm on Mindo.
that's a good little small mechanic to be aware of. I forget that a lot as new Ahri as well. Like when I'm getting ganked, I just freaking throw Q and run away.
Yeah.
And also, not necessarily that you made a mistake on it or anything, but just like for future reference in case you didn't know, like
Uh-huh.
if you are in lane and you're going to try to use that speed boost to escape,
Mm-hmm.
where would you throw your Q?
Behind me. If
Behind
I'm
you
trying
as
to speed up,
in
right?
towards your tower, behind you as in towards their tower.
Towards my tower.
No. So what happens is Ahri gets her speed boost when she throws her Q, right? Do you know the dynamic behind the speed boost? As in, does she get it when she throws her Q? Does she get it while it's mid-flight, or does she get it for X duration after she throws it, like
I think she gets it for however long after she throws it.
until she catches it again?
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Until she
So,
gets it. So
so
I
it,
should throw it to their tower when I'm
yeah,
running
yeah, and
and run backwards.
even if like say Blitzcrank is you and you're in lane right now laning, and your
Mm-hmm.
opponent's like somewhere down here.
Uh-huh.
If say the enemy is right here and the jungler is right here,
Mm-hmm.
you don't need to throw Q at them in any particular direction. You throw Q straight this way
Mm-hmm.
because it's gonna say go right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
And by the time it returns to you, you're gonna be up here. So you get a freaking speed boost duration that lasts for days. If you throw it right here, you're
Uh-huh.
running towards it and you're shortening your speed duration. Because you'll only get speed buff to about right here rather than right here.
Mm-hmm.
So you get maybe twice the distance.
Holy moly. I didn't even think about that. It's the little things.
Yeah, it's those little mechanics you gotta figure
I
out.
did not even think about that at all. I'm glad you brought that to my attention.
Yeah, these are some things like you usually want to think about while you're like in lane CSing, even like on those early levels. If you're not
Mm-hmm.
doing a whole much, maybe you're just poking, harassing, and CSing, and that's it. You're kind of bored. You ain't got a whole lot to think about. Think about like
So
little mechanics, like what if I get
when do
ganked?
you decide to poke? When they're going for a last hit? When they're
Always when they're going for a last hit. It's very dependent on range matchup. So if you're range versus range, that's different than range versus melee.
mm-hmm.
Like if I'm, oh geez, hold on,
Yeah.
let me look at this real quick.
I got hooked by Thresh like mid ult. It was crazy.
So right, you didn't need to dash right here. They had this guy locked down. You could have just walked around and saved that charge. Let's see. Oh, good. So Malzahar probably has ult right now, and you're out here alone. Your team's over here. You got one person like up here. You got nothing right here. You
Mm-hmm.
have no purpose being here.
Okay.
Space Age saying the speed boost on RA decays over time. It does, but you're at least allowing it to decay the entire duration rather than ending it early to where it doesn't start to decay. But yeah, you have no purpose being in this area. It's just very inconvenient. Because even if they were to fight over here, ignore like the hook or the potential Malzo. Like that's
Mhm.
not even the purpose right there for not wanting to be here. If your team were to engage right here, or if the enemy team engaged,
Mhm.
you're down your last charge. You can't go over the wall unless you're flashing. So you
I'm out of
kind of,
position completely.
yeah. And
Mhm.
I don't know where the hell Caitlyn has been, but at least she's there. Hmm. Yeah, right there you look
Okay.
pretty screwed.
Yeah. Malf ult to a Malzahar ult to Draven ult.
Yeah, but what I was saying about the auto attack timings, like if I'm playing Orianna versus Zed, range versus melee, you know the
Uh-huh.
24 seconds of freedom I was telling you about?
Uh-huh.
I use all 24 of those seconds to zone that Zed, and if he ever thinks about getting close to his minions, he's taking an auto for it. Because he's melee, he's not going to do anything. If it's range versus range, like Malzahar versus Ahri, you have to be a lot more careful with your autos, because that can change pretty fast.
Yeah.
Um, Hold on, I'm trying to zone out chat right now. It's only freaking one person, but it throws my brain off. Yeah, when Malzahar goes to CS, you want to try to get an auto on every single time. Like, look at your creeps and say, if I was Malzahar, when would I go to CS? You see a minion getting low, you're like, he's going to CS on this one. So you
Hmm.
go up there, you throw an auto, and then you walk away. Also, what marks do you run?
Magic Pen marks. I run Magic Pen reds, health per level yellows, AP blues, and depending on the matchup, flat MR blues or ability power per level blues.
What I would suggest for marks, anyways,
Hmm.
is I personally run, I think it's 8 AD and then 1 Magic Pen.
Hmm.
Or if you want a little more Magic Pen, go 6 AD, 3 Magic Pen.
Hmm.
Because you're gonna get a lot more early game out of that AD than you are the Magic Pen. And I feel like that's mostly what runes are for. Runes are mostly early game.
Hmm.
And
I agree with you completely.
yeah, it helps you last hit.
It's to win the early game.
Yeah, and last hitting, I swear to God, with every mage is the hardest fucking thing to do because
Hmm.
they have no AD. So you throw on those AD marks, not only do you get those better trades early on, but you get to CS easier. And I hope you have like a notepad you're like typing this down on or something. If not, I could just like post this somewhere so you can go back and watch it.
No, I'm writing it. I've got it. I can type it actually.
Well, just like all the things we've gone over up until now. Yeah, good job getting that. You have to be CS hungry in solo queue. Everything is yours. You see a wave, it is yours. If you can get there before someone else, that
They're
is all
lost.
yours to claim. Yeah.
Exactly.
Uh, if you're like a farm champ like Ori or Xerath,
Hmm.
you push your wave mid lane and then go take wraiths or go take wolves, and then go back to mid lane, clear that wave, take the opposite camp of the one you just took, and just rinse and repeat like that.
Okay.
In doing that, if you can do that, like if you have the mana for it and you're doing that perfectly, you will have 10 CS per minute if you don't, uh, miss a ton of CS in lane. 10 CS per minute is pretty much, I'm rich as fuck. I don't need kills. Ooh, that is a risky position. Pulling him away. Malzahar volt. Yep. Gotta watch that.
Yep. Malzahar ults me every time.
So let's
He gets
see.
me every time.
So like, when you're starting right here, this fight just started, so everyone's still got all their ults, right? Thresh just landed a hook. You know Malphite has his ult. Mal's has his
Hmm.
ult. right here, if they wanted to, they could have just dive bombed you with Malphite ult and everything. They didn't need to wait. What you want to do, what you actually probably could have done here, since you were already behind them, if you realized at this point, shit, I'm in a bad position, I need to reposition, you could go around down here to this little bush area where your minimap is, and then you can try to come in and try to charm one of these three from this Fog of War. Because if you can land a charm from Fog of War, you most likely kill them. But for the most part, being Ahri, an all-in assassin, versus Malphite Malzahar, you kind of want to lay back, throw Qs, and wait till they burn their stuff. Because even if you did land a charm on, let's say, frickin' Draven when all of them were nearby, you can't really follow it up. Because if you try, they're just going to double ult you, and you're dead. So that's another thing with the patience. You want to sit back and wait until the enemy team burns their things. That... you never want to be in this position as Ahri. You got this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy. You got everyone surrounding you. You got a clusterfuck of enemies.
I thought that was the most optimal position.
If you're playing full tank top Ahri, that's a different position.
This is full tank Ahri.
Yeah. But let's see. For that last charge, you could have either gone over the wall right here to be more aggressive.
Just reposition.
Personally, I would have done that because if you go over here, you have Thresh and Mundo in the way. You can't land a charm on anyone important. If you go right here, you've got charm opportunities right here on Malzahar and right here on Draven. You've got nobody to block you there. Nobody. So they're going to do one of two things. They're either going to stay here and fight your team and get charmed, or they're going to see you and be like, fuck, we're going to get charmed, and they're going to run away, leaving their team in a 3v4 or whatever. So just safe positioning. If it helps, play more of, like, you know, Xerath, like we were talking about. Xerath, I don't know, Lulu, Orianna, and things like that. Because then when you're playing champs like Ahri, who are all in, it helps you position a little better in the sense that if I was Xerath, had a dash, let's say Xerath has a 5th skill and he's got a dash, and that's your ultimate right now, where would I go with that dash to be safe but also apply pressure? Like, just because you're an assassin, you don't have to be up in their face, you know?
All the time. I understand.
How do you guys only have one dragon in 29 minutes?
We didn't focus dragons, I don't think. Like, Zach was always diving at towers.
You need to go ham on those things, like spam pings and say, drag us up in 1 minute, drags up in 45, drags up in 30, drags up in 15.
I notice people don't really concentrate on dragons. Like, it's all about kills at the elo I'm at right now. Everybody's just like kill hungry. Like, nobody cares about objectives, or people will like go for kills rather than towers. Or
think of it like this: this is elementary school. Your teammates are your students. They want to. They're gonna go be in. This is like recess time, we'll say. So they want to go out and be rowdy and beat other kids up and take their lunch money. You're the person that says, you know, sit down, eat your lunch. You don't need to be a dick. And dragon is lunch. Dragon, Baron, towers, that's all lunch. So they're going to go be rowdy and try to bully the other kids and steal Mundo's lunch money. But you have to be the one that constantly says, dragon, 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 Baron, rotate bot. There's like 3 or 4 top. Let's just take that tower. If they don't listen to you after that, that's not on you. Generally, it works if you're very assertive. Don't say like, hey, can we group bot? No, you say, I'm going bot. Y'all can feel free to join me. Like, I'm pushing bot. Bot needs to be pushed. You know, stuff like that. You want to affirm your position.
The way you word it, completely.
Yeah.
Be assertive in what you're saying.
Yeah, because I notice a lot of people, like, they don't pay attention to drag. Usually you have to give
Yeah.
timers. Like if I say drag 45, most teams will be like, I'll be there or I'll try to
Well,
get there.
that's what I do a lot of the times. What I'll be like, hey, drags in a minute, get scuttle, or
Yeah.
I get the crab.
Yeah.
Dragons in like 30 seconds.
And another thing, and I swear to God, this is like the bane of my existence. Like I suck like hell on this too, but I can tell you, your trinket, switch it out for a sweeper.
Okay.
I am like known between my friends for the guy who doesn't do that. I know I should. It never crosses my
Well,
mind.
I switched mine. The reason why I go the three trinket with the 3 wards is because a lot of people in where I'm at don't ward enough. There's like
Okay,
never enough wards down on the map, so that's why I go.
that's a fair argument. At that point, you have to decide your role in the
Hmm.
game. If you're going to be a team fighter and stick with them, and you're just going to follow what they do, that's
Hmm.
fine. You, if you want to be the guy that's taking initiative and saying we're gonna make picks, that's when
Hmm.
you get sweepers. So then you go into a bush that they're most likely to walk into. You sweep it, clear any wards, and if there are wards, just leave the bush. If there are no wards, you sit in that bush for
Hmm.
10, 15 seconds. And if you see nobody heading towards you, then you leave. But otherwise, they send Draven over there who's, happy he just got freaking paid
Hmm.
and dunk his face with the charm.
Yeah, that's usually what I'll pick up as ADC if I have to play it. Is the 3 wards.
Space is fucking laughing at me. He's like, "You're telling people to get a sweeper? What?" I know, I should. Oh yeah, don't. Right there, you just turn around. The second you see all those people show up, you just
Hmm.
turn around and you say, "Peace, dude."
Just run.
You,
Yeah.
you've done this. That's like if, you're like mountain climbing with your really fat friend. He's like 400 pounds and you're like 120 pounds. You're the little skinny dude, and
Uh-huh.
he's like, "Look at me, I can dance," and then he goes to slip off, and you're like, "I ain't grabbing you, dude. I'm going down with you if I try that." No, like, see ya, and you just let him fall down. Then you make it to the top of the mountain.
Yeah, he was freaking crazy, and I stayed.
I thought you were actually gonna try to take that scuttle. I
Mm-mm.
was like, "Don't you dare!"
I should just left, huh? Right here. They go so crazy.
Mm, looking at your mana, let's see. Does
That's what
this
I
one
was
look to
saying.
go away?
My mana was so
So
low.
you have 100 for your R, and you have enough for like one other spell. Let's see. So you're looking at this. You got it's Draven. You got who the hell? I can't even see. Is that Mundo?
That's no, I think that's Malphite there.
Oh yeah, that's rocks. Okay.
Yeah.
Thresh is low. Okay. So it was contestable with 3 people there. The second Mouth shows up, dip. Once he shows up, he's like your kryptonite. you you don't need to be there when Mouth shows up.
He just screws me over.
Oh,
And Moon show up. Yep.
okay. Ooh, both of those dashes. So the first one,
Uh-huh.
you had 2 dashing opportunities. You had one to go over here, one to go over here. First, you got friends over here. Second, it's Mundo. What's Mundo gonna do? He ain't stopping your dash. You ult over here. If Malzahar was still up here, he just presses R on you, and then they collapse. The second charm, or the second dash, you know what's wrong with that one already, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Yeah. You're thinking too much, I can kill this guy, and not, what can he do to me if I
Mm-hmm.
try?
Yep, that's exactly what I was thinking. And I wasn't even paying attention to my mana. Look, no mana, and I run back in. I knew that was so stupid. Like, after I did it, I was like, wow, that was so dumb.
And the needless Zonias. Well, I guess it wasn't genuine. They were coming to try to help you. What the hell is going on? It's all like glitching and shit. Damn, Zach. Dude's huge.
Yeah. It's a triple.
Oh, that was such a dumb ultimate. Oh,
Oh, the hook. Yeah, I was like, what?
the god.
The pull. Yeah, that was freaking nice. I didn't think he was gonna land that, and then they surrendered. Then I missed my
That
jump.
was good.
So a lot of mistakes, just a lot of small mistakes that
And
even I noticed when I looked over the video. I was like, holy moly.
yeah, and that's why I suggest taking notes on these, or like I said, if you want, I can post the video up somewhere so you can rewatch it.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of things went over, and like you said, they're small, but they can make a pretty big difference if you add them all up.
That's exactly what I was about to say. I was like, so many small mistakes. It's like a snowball rolling down a hill.
Like if you miss one auto on Malzahar, that's nothing, right? But
Mm-hmm.
if you miss 6 autos per wave on Malzahar, you're missing 360 damage on him.
Yeah.
Yeah, think about it that way, because one
Yeah,
auto does
exactly. That's what I was
60.
gonna say. You don't think about stuff like that,
Yeah, one auto
like
does 60,
honestly,
and it's
until
like,
somebody brings it to your attention. Then it's like, what?
yeah, you're like, oh, well, it's only 60 damage. Like, he heals that up in like freaking 20 or 30 seconds. It's like if
How-
you're doing 300.
Yeah.
Alright. Did you have a question?
No, that's pretty much it. I just So you're saying when I queue to push a wave, just hit as many minions as you can?
Yes. If you're ever going to queue CS,
Uh-huh.
make sure you hit as many as you can with it.
So if you that's for like any ability when you're pushing a
Yes.
wave.
Yeah, like if you're playing Xerath and you see a minion that, like, say you got 2 minions getting low at the same time, you can tell already that you're not going to be able to auto them both and take them out. You should already be telling yourself one of these I'm probably going to have to queue. If not, then you don't have to worry about it, right? Then you could auto both of them. Otherwise, set yourself up in a position so that if you do have to queue, you can hit that minion plus 3 or 4 behind it.
Hmm. So when's the best time to push on a champion or like freeze? Do you know what I mean?
Um,
Like I was trying to push on Malzahar a lot of the times because he doesn't. It didn't seem to
yeah,
me that he was very good at farming under tower.
yeah, that's a good one. Like usually you want to push most of the time. The only time I would suggest freezing,
Hmm.
let's say that Malzahar was beating you in lane and
Hmm.
he was staying in lane,
Hmm.
constantly pushing you. You want to try to freeze in front of your tower. That's gonna be hard because he's fucking Malzahar and he's gonna push like a queer, right? But you're
Hmm.
gonna try to freeze it in front of the tower. You're gonna, that's when you want to try to freeze it. You freeze it, and then he's like, okay, this lane's kind of gay. I'm gonna go bot. The second he leaves for bot, you push it right back to his tower.
So when you're ahead, you should freeze sometimes too and try to zone.
Mm, no, because you could zone under tower.
Okay.
Like you push him to tower. Like CSing under tower is hard enough as it is, right?
Hmm.
But if you have someone like sitting right outside of tower range, just staring at you, he's like, go for it, try to see us. And then the second you do, he just blasts a spell at you. It's
Hmm.
like, damn, dude, I'm trading 250 health for 15 gold. That's not gonna work out.
Hmm.
It works very well with ADCs. If you ever see ADCs in bot lane, like if you're
Hmm.
playing Caitlyn, you push the enemy person to tower, and you just
Oh
stand
yeah.
outside of tower range, and you're like, do it, dude. Every
Just
time he,
auto.
yeah, every time he
Exactly.
goes to CS, he's trading that CS for however much health you can get with one auto.
I'd say Malzahar is probably one of my favorite mids to play. He's so much fun.
Oh god, Malzahar is fucking stupid. I hadn't played Malzahar for ages, and I played one game with him, and I went like fucking 28-3 or something. Something stupid. Okay, let's go. Oh, the HUD is enormous with this one. I have a small HUD.
Yeah.
My HUD is like 10%.
What
But
do you set it as?
what do I set it at?
Yeah, what are your settings?
I don't know. I think it's 10%. Like this is 100. I think mine's like a tenth this size.
Yeah, I leave mine at 100.
Don't spam keys here. Don't do it. So right there, right after you threw that, you should have gone B immediately.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why?
Why?
You're starting lane with 2/3 of your mana.
Uh-huh.
You're missing 1/3 of your mana the second you start lane for what, like 50 bonus damage? You don't need that.
So I should have just beat.
Yeah, you should have gone B, and you would have been like right behind the creep wave, because you would have started at 124. So you hit base at 132. You would have been just a couple seconds behind your creep wave, and you would have made it. You should have been able to make it in time before they killed anything. Plus your Xerath, you could just fucking Q anything.
Q from range.
And I hope you abuse the shit out of your passive. There, good job. Whoa. 360 no scopes. So yeah, right here, you just kind of want to freeze it. Like, you don't need to push this early, because the only way you're going to push is by spamming abilities. By spamming abilities this early, you're out of mana. What you should do when your passive's up like this,
Just hit her.
when you see it's up to like in 2 or 3 seconds, try walking to this area. Because if you guys trade autos, you're trading maybe about the same amount of damage. She might win by like 5 damage, but then you get fucking 60 mana back.
Yeah, way more. A
Or
lot more mana.
yeah, or you zone her, and then no problem, you just auto creep and get your regular mana back. What? That looks like it hit her.
That's what I thought.
I think the biggest problem with your laning with Xerath right now is you're not spamming dance.
That's it.
No, he's got the greatest fucking dance in the world. I want to recreate that. If I ever make it to LCS, I'm gonna dance that when I win a match. Oh no! Oh jeez, that's risky. That's kind of needless. Yeah, so right here, like, you're mana hungry. You don't need to be using a whole ton of mana. That Q right there, how much mana did that? How does that cost? Like 50, 60 mana, right? This minion right here, that is what you got out of it. That little bit of health.
That's it.
You didn't hit her. You didn't hit creeps.
It wasn't worth it all.
Yeah, if you're gonna try to harass her, like say you want to hit her right now with a Q, where should you be positioned?
Closer. Like up a little bit.
Closer as in like right here?
Yeah, right there.
No. What you want to do, if you're trying to use skill shots to poke someone down, you want to account for what if I miss. So if you miss, if you're right here and you try to Q her and she misses, or you miss, she dodges, you've just wasted mana. You get nothing. If you position right here and you try to Q her and miss, you at least get the wave pushing a little bit because you hit all 3 of these.
Oh wow, I didn't think about that. Okay.
Yeah, so you get a little more push power, and if you hit her, now you get push power and you chunked her down.
That's actually really smart.
Like right there, that's perfect. Perfect lineup. 360. Are you playing Call of Duty, dude? What in the world? No, I probably do that too on Xerath and just don't even notice.
It just happens, man. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean you gotta move, right? Like, it's just I just find it comical. Because I remember seeing a video of some dude trying to do that with Xerath, do 360 no scope to freaking dragon and stole it.
That's funny.
So auto the second your passive comes up. Like if you couldn't kill, or if your auto would have ruined that creep, so let's go back and see if it would have. We're gonna try this. So your passive's up right here. If you auto this creep, it's not going to die. And then it's gonna die to these creeps, right? So you don't need to auto this one. Walk up, auto this guy, he's at full health. Get your passive the second it comes up. Because things like you were maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds late on it right there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's, let's see, how long is the cooldown on this?
It's
So
like
you're
4 or 5
about,
seconds late.
you're about 3 or 4 seconds. Yeah, you're about 4 or 5, right? This is a 12-second cooldown. If you do that every time, think about how much more you can get out of it. So let's actually do some math here. 12-second cooldown. So you can get 5 passives off in 1 minute. If you're in lane for, let's say, 6 minutes, or no, we'll do 5. We'll round it to 5.
Okay.
And we're not going to count the time where minions don't spawn. We're just going to say, from the second minions hit lane, 5 minutes. So that's, 5 per minute times 5, you get 25 hits of your passive. 25 times the 30 mana, it gives you fucking tons, right?
Yeah.
That's like a full mana bar.
Yeah.
If you're hitting them at 16, 17 seconds, that means every 3 passives, you're missing a full passive. So that's like 4 per minute. Which adds up to...
Little things.
4 per minute times 5, that adds up to 20 passives that you miss? Or something like that. I might have...
Yeah, that's 20 passives, you're right.
I might have done that. But yeah, that's 600 mana you don't get. In 5 minutes. Like, you know what you can do with that much mana?
Yeah, that's a lot.
Nice.
Give me that mana.
Oh, the Q getting nothing again. Space Age asking if you put Q 2 points in Q before you get E.
I usually go Q, E, and then R. And then Q for my 4th one. So Q, W, and E. I go Q,
R.
then W, then E, then Q.
Yeah, you said R. I was like, what? You get R at level 3? No, but it was fine for him to get it there because he was pushed up. Because if the jungler came, you just toss your E, stun them, and otherwise, like if you're getting pushed, fuck it, just toss an extra point in Q, right? You don't need your stun. But yeah, when you're pushed up, you get your stun because if they gank you, you get your way out.
That's why I usually go at 3rd, depending on like what jungler there is.
Line up with the creeps. Oh, yeah, that's 2. That's okay. Alright, here you should be running at her. She's got no mana, she's got no health, and she just walked up and autoed that creep. Your minions are like cookies in a cookie jar, and you're the angry mom.
The angry mom.
And you gotta, hit your kid with a spatula every time she tries to put her hands on your cookies. You're like, no! She reaches in, just, no! She's like, ah, damn, I don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, get out of here.
Oh, the big test. What do you get?
What do you think I get? Come on now.
Don't let it be Morello. No! No! Not another ring! No, what are you doing? Oh, jeez. Alright, hold on.
The ultimate buy.
Holy shit. Alright, so 714. Let's see, you can get an amplifying tome to build into your Morello. If you're first back, you can buy anything that is not a Doran's ring that is more expensive. Stop buying Doran's rings. The only time you get a second Doran's item, besides if you're playing some like LCS Rengar top and you want to go 4 blades or whatever it is, you don't want to go more than 2. And the only time you go 2 is if you have a really rough early game. Like if you're playing mid lane and you get harassed so much at levels like 2 and 3 and whatnot.
So like LeBlanc or just like a hard lane matchup, is that what you're saying?
LeBlanc if you don't know how to position, but like pretty much anyone can do it if they know what they're doing. And if they push you out of lane and you're going back and you're like, shit, dude, I only got like 400 gold on my first back. Go ahead and get another ring. Like, might as well. But once you buy your first item that builds into something, no more rings.
Okay.
The scrying orb. I wouldn't do that, but I don't know much about scrying orbs. Like, I couldn't fucking use those to save my life, so I'm not really gonna say anything. If you know how
You
to
use
use
it
this,
to steal blue sometimes. I've done it before in a game.
yeah. Did you just use the mute all feature?
Mm-hmm.
I just figured out about that like the other day. I was like, this is awesome. You know,
I didn't know till you told me.
you could also use slash mute enemy team.
I did not know that. See, now I know that.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that either.
I didn't know that till you told me. So now that I know, I'm gonna start using it.
Get that. Okay, good. You should be pushing right now. Pushing hard. Like, alright. Let's see. Winded. Let's see. Alright, so. You walk in. First off, she knows you have a pink now. If she wasn't at your tower, you should have just gone off and placed your pink.
Mm-hmm.
Because now she knows you have a pink. And she's like, it's either going to be in this general area or this general area.
Okay.
And they're just gonna, they could just hunt for that. Let's see. So you see her running down there. What is she doing down here? She's either warding or she's roaming.
I think she's roaming for a kill.
Yeah, she's definitely roaming. But like right now, you can't really tell. You see Bard show up right here. That's Jungle Bard, I'm assuming. Like, the
I think
fuck?
it's support. I'm not sure.
Because they have a Thresh. So they have Thresh Ezreal and Jungle Bard, it looks like. So you see Bard
It's a
show
jungle
up.
thresh.
Oh, it's Jungle
That's what
Thresh?
it was. Yeah, it was a jungle thresh as a support part.
What the fuck? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, you see her go down, you're like, she's doing one of two things. She's warding or roaming, right?
Mm-hmm.
You see, once you see 3 people show up on the map, right then you're like, boom, she's roaming. Like, she has to. You treat it as if she is. Even if she's warding, you have to treat it as if she's roaming.
Okay.
Because you don't want to, think on the wrong, right? You want to be on the safe side. So line up. You can get a 7 minion Q if you time that right. So you get your 7 minion Q. You maybe like W the back line or whatever, and then you just beeline it for bot. Or if you're not comfortable with that, if you feel like, I don't know, if for some reason, you can look down there first off. Like if you look down there and you're like, there's no way I can help them, or they got it, either one of those, just push the tower. Right there, yeah, you can come in for a kill, but they're looking pretty fucked. Hide your presence as long as you can. Probably not a whole lot you can do here. Your team's pretty low. Yeah. Oh, you should have been ulting toward those, yeah. Oh! Oh! Oh no!
The auto!
Alright, that worked out. Oh, I thought you were gonna put your pink down there. Oh, jeez.
No.
I was gonna slap you.
No.
Put your pink in that bush. No!
I can't believe he jumped over for that. I think he ends up dying.
Yeah, he didn't need to, and your bot lane should have been up there.
They didn't come, so that's why I went top.
Yeah,
back to mid to push.
That's a good decision. You're like, screw it. I'm not gonna try to force this anymore.
Oh, you know you like the no scope.
It's amusing every time. Like, I don't know what I expect. Like, I don't really expect different. Like, I don't expect you to just kind of stand there. What in the world? Do you not use SmartCast?
Sometimes I do.
I would always use. I'd get used to SmartCast and just use it. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got nothing. No abilities. She would have been dead if my Q was up. And if I had mana. I think I was out of mana, that's it, yeah.
What was I just talking about? I don't know. Right now, just go B. Like, you just push the wave completely. You're sitting with no mana. I know it's tempting. You see a Lux there with low health. You're like, man, I really want to kill her, or, you know, whatever it is. But if you've got no mana...
I'm so greedy right here. I waited.
Push, push, push. Push. No. You've got no mana to kill her with. She's got half health. Oh, no. Oh, jeez.
Watch this, I get out.
Oh, both of your summoners, though. Oh.
Yeah, it was bad.
Just while the question's on my mind, if you were playing against Zed here, would you have run anything different in terms of summoners?
Flash Exhaust.
Okay.
Just because of how much he does, like, burst-wise with his R.
Yeah, assassins in general, you just run Exhaust.
Okay.
In here, it was probably better for you to run heal. I mean, Exhaust, you could still make use of that and all, but it's probably not as efficient. The only person that's going to be on you is, like, Gangplank. Oh, the pain. Just go B. Okay.
Yeah. Might be up to that one.
Oh, jeez. That would have been...
Yeah, I almost bought the wrong thing.
That would have been a buy.
Sejuani kills him.
The fuck, Sejuani? What
I
the
think.
fuck? What the oh my god, it was an execute.
Was that not funny? I was
my
like,
gosh.
what?
Oh. Space Age says, if you know that she is roaming isn't a normal to shove, then either follow or go to the opposite lane. Normally, yes, but if you look at your bot lane and you know she's roaming down there, but your ADC and support are at like 100 health, don't even worry about roaming. Just push mid. Like, you're not going to do anything roaming there. You have to check and see if it's fightable. If that's even a word. That 21 gold Q.
Do you like that?
You still have your pink ward. What are you doing with that?
No, I bought another one.
You did?
Mm-hmm.
Where'd you place your first one? I didn't even see it.
I don't remember where I placed it.
I don't think you did. I think you're lying to me.
No, I'm serious. Go back and look. I bought another one.
I think you're lying. Hold on, 1321. Yeah, you have it in your third slot. Not seeing it move, buddy.
I could have sworn I placed it somewhere. Maybe I go back and buy 2 green ones. That's what I did.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I didn't place it. I didn't place it yet. I thought I placed it. Maybe I was just saving it for rainy day.
Oh, that's always the worst feeling.
The snipe.
Watching a Lux snipe your teammates, you're just like, no. Like, my heart drops every time I see her charge it up. I'm just like, don't. Don't do this. Zoe backline. Okay, good. Off to the side, good. Oh! You suck. No. Oh, you're just dumping your spells.
Figured Morgana would get one of those bindings.
Yeah, like, what are you gonna do if you throw your stun and then Morgana lands a binding? Then you just have to sit there and you're like, well, shit. I don't have anything. I could, like, deal a little bit of damage, but generally you want to chain CC on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So right there, you tried to do the cannon creep and Lux hit with your Q. That's what
Mm-hmm.
you should be doing, like all lane phase. Get the stun. Oh, that was close.
I anticipated the move. I thought he was gonna move right.
Yeah, you need to work on managing your mana a lot more. Like generally, you should be using a Q and W every 30 seconds because what happens every 30 seconds? A creep wave, right?
Yep.
So you use your Q to hit all 6 minions, W to clear the back line, and then you just auto attack the front line. And by 30 seconds, with whatever mana item you have, plus the CS you're getting, you should be able to get that back. And never try to blind ult like you just did. You tried to ult someone when they were in Fog of War. There's
Mm-hmm.
no need, because see your team winning right there, and there are people at like low health. You can't do anything.
And I could have got someone there if I wouldn't have
You should be
blind
up in
ulted.
there though. Just at least existing in that area provides pressure for the enemy team. I want to get that thing Last Shadow has where you can like fucking draw on your screen, so I can actually circle things.
That would be nice.
Oh, you're giving away. Oh no. Oh shit. Oh no, I should have thrown your stun. There you go.
Got him.
Yeah, if you've got a choice between a slow and a stun, you'd rather hit him with a stun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Also, I think it costs less mana. I think. I haven't played Xerath. And, well, I did the other day, but I don't pay attention to that. Just clear this wave and go B. Yeah? Good. Ignore them. What's your full build usually is Xerath?
Morello's Rabadon. Uh, mm, Let me think. I don't know. I kind of just build on the situation, like what who's ahead on the enemy team,
Yeah.
or
With poke champs like Xerath, and Ziggs and all that shit, usually you want to have your main three core items are going to be your mana item. So
Mhm,
Athene's, Morello, Tyr, whatever it might be. You
mhm,
have your damage item, which would be Rabadons, or if they have assassins or a dive comp, Zonias,
mhm,
and you could do Rabadons later. And then your pen item, which is Void Staff.
mhm.
And that pretty much gives you all three things you need, right? You have the mana sustain, you have the damage, and the pen. And then from there, you just toss on your, that new fucking AP item and Rabadons or Zonias, whichever you didn't get.
Mhm.
And you just, fill in the gaps from there. Usually, you want, when I call, you might hear me refer to this as the three AP items. Did I go over that with you already?
Mm-mm.
It's that new one that I can never remember the name of that gives you 120 AP,
Mhm.
Zonias, and Rabadons. Because those are all the AP items that give you 120 AP, and it's just a fucking ton, right? So
Mhm.
whenever I say the three AP items, that's what I'm referring to is those three.
Okay.
Usually with actually a lot of mages in general, your basic build should be Sork Shoes, Athenes, or sometimes Morella if you're going against ADs, and then your three AP items plus Void Staff.
Okay.
Because that gives you fucking like 800 AP. You have the mana sustain, you got cooldown, you got the works.
I think she dies here. Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. Gets her.
Yeah, just keep poking them down and hope siege. Nice. No objectives are up, so I can keep going, see what you can get. Actually, you should be looking at death timers right now, seeing when people are up. Okay, so right here when you're trying to ult this dude,
Mhm.
it's a little difficult, but like, alright, when he turns directions,
Mhm.
you see he's facing this way, right?
Mhm.
That means his mouse went from right here, he was clicking here, and now he went right here.
Mhm.
And so when you know where his mouse is and when he moved it, you can try to guess where he's probably going to be facing during your next shot. It's a little weird to explain. Last Shadow goes over it if you ever watch some of his coaching videos. It's like you can see where their mouse cursor is. Like if they're going left and right,
Mhm.
once they hit left, you know, like the second that champ turns left, you know their mouse cursor is as far left as it's going to get.
Mhm.
And if he's going to keep doing that right left pattern, he's got to move his mouse all the way over here and hit it again. So you can kind of
So as soon as he turns that way, I should have shot one like right under him, right where he's facing,
like
right there.
right here, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Because he's already facing this direction. I guarantee you the dude did not like click right here in front of him. So
Mhm.
he most likely clicked in this area, right?
Okay. That general vicinity.
Meaning until he clicks somewhere else,
He's
Bard's
gonna
gonna
face
walk
that
in
way.
that direction. Yeah.
Okay.
So usually the idea is the second they change direction, shoot it in front of them right then.
Okay.
Instead of like, oh, he just went left. Maybe I should go right because he's gonna try to sword back. And then that just gets confusing.
I understand what you're saying though. That makes a lot of sense.
And right here, you guys should just leave. You have no mana. She has no health. Now we'll probably get chased down, flash hook or something. No, he ain't got no balls. Like, oh, 1600. I'd just be telling Sedge, like, look, dude, you're on your own. I'm going back for my needlessly large rod. Oh, what is Thresh doing?
The autos. He's scared. I don't. He wouldn't do anything.
And you should not have gotten that. A good job nonetheless.
Uh
If you
What's he
don't
gonna?
mind needlessly large, okay.
What's he gonna go?
I was expecting like frickin' Home Guard's blasting wand or something like that.
Flask and 3 wards.
Yeah, buy a flask, get another Doran's ring. Lux and Barter bottom, you guys should be pushing mid really hard right now. Like when you see that, you ping here and you ping here and ping and you say two bot push mid hard. And you start dumping your spells on that creep wave to push it to tower, and you guys work on that. You probably won't get it, but like look, Bard's back here. He's not gonna do anything. Lux is over here. She can't do anything. Yeah, just be right here. You should be just pinging tower so they know to focus it. Remember, those kids are getting rowdy. Got to
Yep.
keep them in check. Oh God, what's happening to you? Where are you? Okay, you went into a safe zone. I thought you were like right here ulting. I was
No,
like,
I
dude.
went out behind the wall so I could get gangplank and wouldn't get caught or anything.
Because I know how tempting that is when you're just like you see someone low and you just want to rush for that ultimate
Uh-huh.
and you forget completely about what's around you. Like it
Well, I
happens.
saw Bard show up, so I was like, they left bottom, and I knew he wasn't going to come through jungle, so I went like outside of the wall where that ward was that I placed.
Yeah. What is this? Like 21 and 8, 20 minutes in, you guys have one dragon? Oh. I think Caitlyn's getting the second one right now. So I think you're fine. No, she's not. What is she doing? Caitlyn. Oh.
Yeah, I missed that whole wave. I was so mad.
Oh.
I was like, what?
Jeez.
Yeah, the whole wave for nothing.
So much gold.
Then Morgana gets caught here.
You should be looking at the team fight right now. Yeah, there you go. Oh gosh. Oh, holy shit. That was aggressive. Good timing on the ult. Oh my god! Jesus, dude. That is so much damage.
Yeah, I thought Easy was gonna die.
Ping that tower. What you should get in the habit of is pretend that your pings amplify damage.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you probably haven't. I'm going on a limb here. Have you ever played the game DFO?
Mm-mm.
Damn. Okay. I had a perfect freaking analogy for it because that's exactly what got me into that habit. But pretty much the idea is that there's a certain character that throws a paint pill, and if you hit an enemy with it, all of your guys attack, like all of your AI friends attack that enemy that you hit, and they do increase damage. And that's kind of like what you have to treat this. If you ping a tower, pretend that your allies do more damage to it. Pretend that if you ping a champion, your allies do more damage. And that gets you into the habit of just pinging what you are thinking. Use that as your voice, pretty much. If you're talking with these 5 people, you're going to be saying, go on as, go on as, go on as, or go on Lux, go on Lux. Instead, just ping. It's like, ping that, and it doesn't make a difference sometimes, but it might make that difference if, like, one person's chasing window and they see a ping, and they're like, okay, I'll just go do that.
I think we actually kill one here. I'm not sure.
Oh, you should, yeah. Oh my gosh. I don't. No. Okay. That dude does not know how to dodge very well. Right there. If you're going with eyes, just go back right there and get it. I think you have the mana. Just get it early. Seems a little late, but you have, like, you're 8, 0, and 4, so Majai certainly is not a bad option. You're fine on going that there. If, you know, you're 8 and 6, I wouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
If you're... I'd say up until 8 and 4. I think that's, like, the most you can get away with doing it.
Mm-hmm.
But I honestly would have suggested Majai's, like, every fucking time until they came out with that new AP item. Like, that's just such a good item right now.
So I should just go the new AP item instead of Majais?
Yeah, unless you're ridiculously far ahead like this. Like, if you have any thought in your mind that, hey, maybe I'm gonna die if I get... Wow, that was dumb. Fucking bard. What the hell? This dude really wanted that pink ward. Yeah, like right here, you've been sitting on Majai's for God knows how long. You could have gotten Majai's, came back and killed that dude and gotten 2 stacks.
Yeah.
Like,
so if I had the money, I should have just went back and bought it right away.
Yeah, once you took blue, you should have had it. Because you don't want to sit on items too long. What was I gonna say? I had something in mind. Oh yeah, have you seen the effect of the new AP item?
Mm-mm.
So pretty much, in relation to how it gets stacks, it's like Static Shiv. When you're moving, it gains stacks, and when you're using abilities, I don't know if it counts for autos or not, but pretty much it goes up to 100. And once it hits 100, your next spell does 100 damage plus 15% of your AP extra on that spell. So if your Q, like say you're full build and your Q's hitting for 800, if you hit it with that item, that's going to be, 15 times 8, that's 80, it was 4, or wait, but yeah, 80 times like 4, I don't know, it's going to be like a few hundred more. You're going to be at like 1300 damage with that Q.
Holy crap.
It's going to be, it does like 400 or 500 more when you're at, max build. And that's a huge difference in fights.
It's a lot of freaking damage.
It goes up to 4 targets? Four targets, I think, yeah. So that means if you freaking land your Q on 4 people in a fight, or your W, You're doing about 2,000 total more damage.
That's a lot of freaking damage.
It's ridiculous. Plus, it gives you 120 ability power as it is, and it gives you movement speed. That's why I'm preferring it over Magi's. Void Staff, I'm guessing. It's probably a good time to get it. What are they doing? Yeah, I wouldn't even bother with Baron at this point. People are too low. Oh. You're so far away. Right here. Okay, yeah. You're looking at your ult. That's good. Yeah, since you're too far away, you want to be looking at how can I help right now. And you were doing that pretty well, checking your ult range. Oh, jeez. Oh! Oh, that was sexy. Oh, gosh. Report gameplay. Or wait. Index enemy team. I was gonna say he took Penta, but no, he's on enemy team.
Report gameplay.
Not giving Penta. What in the world?
Oh, that would have been him.
360! Too. No scope. That was like totally planned.
Get chunked.
Oh. Just focus tower. Stop. Just take in him. Oh. Oh. Those kids. The teacher was getting in on it too. Even the teacher was going up like, give me your lunch money. You can't be doing that, man. You gotta be the good teacher. Oh, shit. Oh! That was dumb.
Yeah.
Oh. Oops. Move that over.
Was that yours?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have that same thing.
I'm gonna see if it works. Space Age sent it to me. It's that thing I was talking about earlier where you should be able to, like, write on here. Oh, you just say mute all again.
Yeah, again. I figured it out. I was like, oh, okay.
I wonder what you do for your team, if it's like ally team, because I tried doing mute my team and it didn't work.
Maybe mute team.
Ally, I think it is. It would probably be ally team.
Yeah, I ended up selling it afterwards.
Okay, how many dragons you at? 2? Fucking just go get another dragon. Like, it's up, you have total map pressure. Just take dragon. Hopefully after you kill this dude. Oh wait, can you damage him while he's in that? I'm curious now. Oh, get it, get it. Wrecked, what? Oh, you missed, wow. Reported. Right now, you should be spamming pings on dragon. Like, you guys need to be getting dragon. If not, just say, like, I'm going to fucking do dragon, and people will come with you.
Even though we're all top shoving, and I think there's...
Yeah, you don't need it. Like, just get dragons. Dragons are much safer. Like, they're gonna be contesting that, or they should be trying. What the hell are they doing?
We have Baron, too. That's why she's pushing.
Well, you'll have Baron for a while. What the f... Damn. That was ham. Oh, you guys ended up winning. Guess it works.
I'll die right here.
Teacher, stop taking the lunch money. Oh. Control your kids.
Control your kids.
You're like the teacher who comes up and you see like 3 6th graders kicking a 4th grader in the corner and you're just like, hey, stop! And then you kick him too. Like, I want a piece of this. Oh, jeez. What are you guys gonna do from here? Just hopefully push and win. She finally got dragon. I hope, right? Or did they get it? They got it. You guys let them get a dragon?
Yeah, I think we did.
Oh my gosh. Why are they getting a dragon? Look at this. Oh. Like, if this were a closer game, like, if you guys were both sitting on 4 dragons, not getting it earlier and trying to go for that top inhib instead would have cost you the game. And luckily, they're pretty freaking behind. What is this dude doing? Oh, that was a pretty good juke. Oh, does this work? Oh my gosh, it does! Holy shit. That's cool. Hold on, does it resume exactly from where I'm at? Yeah, it is. I know, slightly ahead. Oh, I think it keeps playing, like I'd have to pause it and then do it. So oh yeah, you don't even have to worry about this guy. Just look at that. Easy! Easy win! Fuck your kills! Yeah, you guys pretty much got it from here. That's good though. There wasn't a whole lot about that game. Like you had most of it covered. You seem to be pretty solid on Xerath. Those sit back champs. Like if you play him more, if you play Lulu more, you play Orianna more, and if you take that positioning knowledge that you have of them and you apply that to your Ahri games, that's going to improve you a lot as Ahri. Because you're like how I used to be on Ahri. You used to just like tunnel so hard on what you can do and who you can pick off. You're like, if I ult over this wall, I can totally get a charm on Draven and kill him. But then you don't consider he's got 4 people around him and that he might have flash or, you know, all these other factors. But if you're thinking, if I were Xerath with dashes, where would I be positioning? Of course, Ahri is a little different. You do want to get to the carries. You don't want to just sit hella far back, but you know, kind of get the idea of what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, completely.
Okay. Is there any other questions you had?
No, that was it. That's pretty much it, man.
Anything else?
It kind of just helps just going over the games with you because you have a more extensive knowledge of the game than I do. So,
I mean, a lot of this stuff I've told you, I don't even think about a lot of it when I'm in game. Like I try to, but it's things that like you could figure this stuff out probably. Like when I was telling you about the Q on Deluxe, where you should line up to hit those 3 minions instead of just her. That's something you could have looked over and said, like, you throw a Q in your and you miss, and you're like, well, what could I have done there? If you sit there and think, you're like, you know, what are some solutions? I could either try to not poke her down, or you know, you play around with options, and then you're like, oh shit, you know, maybe this works.
Yeah, that's really smart. Like, and I'm thinking about that on other champions too. Like, you can apply that to almost every champion that has a skill shot like that.
Yeah, and
it makes so much more sense. Like, it's not completely wasting it, like how I was.
Yeah, and you want to like learn matchups. Like if you're trying to play Ahri into LeBlanc and you're just getting thumbstarred and you're like, fucking LeBlanc's a broken bitch, right? And you're like, I don't know how to fight this out. So when go into like normals at some point, like if you have him and the enemy picks Ahri, and you're thinking, all right, who would I like to learn to play against as Ahri? Like if I were Ahri, who do I suck at playing against? And you're like, let's say LeBlanc, for example. So you pick LeBlanc into Ahri. If she beats you in lane, note the things that she did. Because like something that happened to me, I used to I was playing a lot of lists for a little while, and I liked Lissandra, right? But
Hmm.
I didn't know how to play against LeBlancs. And I didn't do this consciously, but it opened my mind to the idea. At one point, I was playing as LeBlanc versus a Lissandra.
Hmm.
I think I just remembered getting stomped by a Lissandra or by a LeBlanc, and I was like, do this back. And I was noticing every time I do my QW on Lissandra, she would she would W me as I landed, so she would root me and I couldn't return, and she'd Q me and auto me and get her trade off, and we'd trade evenly if not in her favor. And so
Hmm.
I was like, wow, that's a smart idea I never thought about. Like I used to just try to throw Qs at her and, you know, do all this weird junk that I didn't need to do. So in normals, use that as your training lesson. Like it's like if I have to play against this person. So if
Hmm.
I were playing that person, who would I want to learn to play against?
And then play the matchup and see how
Yeah,
it goes.
yeah, and if they beat you, then you learn something. If you beat them, and then it's like fuck it, I won. Who cares?
So you're just always trying to learn every time you're in a game.
Yeah. Uh,
All right. Anything else?
um, not that I can think of. What's your champion pool again?
Uh, Let me look. Hold on. I'll pull them up. When I play mid, Ahri, like I said, Xerath. Uh, I play Victor sometimes if it's the right matchup.
I
Uh,
can't speak on that matter. I am
I'll play
awful at
Zed
Victor.
sometimes.
Zed, I'd hold off on him.
Okay.
Like this is something that I was told that I really didn't want to do. I love playing Zed. I
Hmm.
love his whole style, but I realized, I had to actually think about it because I'm like, I don't want to stop playing him. I like playing him, but I realized I'm just not good enough with him yet.
Hmm.
Like I'm decent. I can hold my own in mechanics,
Uh-huh.
but when I play Zed, my farm suffers
Hmm.
because I try so hard to outpoke and try all these fancy moves. My farm suffers, my roaming suffers, everything suffers because I
Yeah.
don't have that basic knowledge. So
That's how my Zed game went. Even though I won, like I got completely shit on in lane. Like
yeah,
it was terrible.
and a lot of times it's like sometimes it is great for me because if I get ahead in lane, I will just raffle stomp people because I know how to work mechanically with Zed. But if I fall behind in lane, I'm not catching up because
Hmm.
I don't have that basic game knowledge. I don't know how to. I didn't have that, and so that's why I'm trying to play Oriana mid. I'm trying to
See, I
play
like
all
that's what I
those
was gonna
ones.
say. Oriana's really I like Oriana. Um,
She's really hard to beat in lane. Like you don't think about it until you do all these things that we talked about with the harassing and the trading, the pushing, and all that. You don't realize how useful she is until you actually do a lot of that stuff, and you
mhm.
realize like you can beat anyone. I've beaten Zed, LeBlanc, Ahri. I've beaten multiple Ahris with her. Like all these champions, I would have thought stomped Oriana.
Mhm.
I was actually able to beat as her.
Lissandra. I play Lissandra sometimes.
Yeah, you could shit on Lissandra as Ori. Holy crap.
LeBlanc. I play sometimes.
LeBlanc is good. She's like one of the few flashy champs that is okay to play. You just
Mhm.
have to manage your spells well enough. You have to make sure if I go in on this and their jungler just happens to be waiting for me,
Mhm.
do I still have a way out? Or does it matter? Like, will I need an escape exactly? Like, if I go in, if you know 100% you will kill them, like if you just W and then QR and they die,
Mhm.
then most of the time it probably won't matter if their jungler is there. Because they probably won't be able to catch you in time because you'll just revert back and whatever. But if it's risky, if it's like, I don't know if I can do enough damage to kill this person,
Mhm.
just why am I gonna blow my ult? And like go in there, W in, do your QE or QW in, whatever it might be, but save your R.
Okay.
That way you have an escape.
An escape.
For the most part, just try to play safe. Like this Xerath game, you did really well on playing safe. You didn't do any. crazy all-in stuff, or you might have, and I forgot. I don't know, but for the most part, in general, you were pretty safe.
I played pretty safe. Just that one time, that one time I got caught.
Yeah. Just try to train your Ahri to be like that.
Okay.
Because I mean, Ahri was the champ I used to climb from plat to diamond. Like it was Ahri, a little bit of Yorick, and Lulu.
Okay.
Like those champs are easy. Like Lulu, I swear to God, is free wins. Lulu's just like Xerath, but instead of throwing damage, you're just standing by your ADC, and you're just like you're their fucking personal medic, right? They get
What
stabbed, you give them a band-aid.
What do you do in laning phase as Lulu? Do you just farm? You just farm
Oh
and
yeah,
not.
you just farm like crazy. Uh, of course, you want to do the auto attack trading.
Hmm.
If you see opportunities, get the EQ on them.
Hmm.
But also, like we said earlier, make sure your Q is hitting minions as well.
Hmm.
Don't just only Q for damage. Uh, it's a little hard against certain champs like Lissandra. I had some trouble with, but she's pretty hard to gank. Because a lot of, like, imagine Zed, right? Zed ults you, you fucking turn him into a squirrel, and then you run away.
Hmm.
It's like, wow, that's scary, right? Or he ults you, and then you knock him up under tower, turn him into a squirrel, slow him, and he's dead. And then in team fights, you literally just have to sit next to your AD carry. If someone jumps on him, polymorph. If he's taking damage, shield. If he gets low, ult him. If he's not getting low and he's doing fine, ult your tank or whoever's in the front line.
Hmm.
She's just like Xerath is like the sniper, but Lulu's like the medic. They both sit back,
Hmm.
but whenever your fucking sniper or whatever takes damage, you go over there, hand him a band-aid. Like if your Ezreal's being stupid and he gets his fucking leg chopped off, give him a band-aid. He's good. Walk it off. That's how you do it.
Well, perfect, man. I appreciate the help.
Yeah, no problem.
That helps a lot, man. I'll play a couple games and let you know how they go.
Right on. Hopefully you make it.
Yeah. I'll talk to you later, Ferret. Thanks, man.
Alrighty.